What's up, guys? John from KetoBars.com. Thank you for checking out my channel, first time founder. This is where I talk everything related to keto bars. Sometimes business, sometimes product, sometimes just general updates. Today's episode, I wanted to talk about our ingredients, and specifically, I wanted to go right down the ingredient list on all three of our current flavors. It's been a pride point for us that we don't use any more ingredients than we have to. We take it pretty seriously not to add things that don't need to be in there. And we see so many companies that their list of ingredients, it's so long, and I'm like, it's in my head, I'm like, do you really need all of that stuff? And of course, a lot of times it's junk. So today I'm gonna go down the list of our ingredients. So here's our dark chocolate coconut almond bar. The ingredients: chocolate, almonds, coconut, cocoa, erythritol, water, coconut oil, salt, and stevia. That's it. So the chocolate is just chocolate, unsweetened baking chocolate. That's what you would buy it as at the grocery store. It also can be called chocolate liqueur. In this instance, we just say chocolate on the label. It makes it easy and straightforward for everybody. There's obviously no sugar added into that. It's the raw stuff. If you eat it, it smells delicious. Almost like it reminds me of, you ever smell vanilla extract and like how good that smells? And you ever try vanilla extract? It tastes terrible. This unsweetened baking chocolate is very similar. The aroma, the smell is intense and delicious. Smells like regular chocolate, but it's unsweetened, so it's incredibly bitter. Anyway, so that's what we're using. The almonds, straightforward. Coconut, I mean, these are single ingredients. There's not much of an explanation that goes with these. The cocoa is pressed with alkali, and that's just, some people call it Dutched cocoa, and my understanding of that process is just because cocoa powder is super acidic, and that brings that ratio back kind of to normal. Erythritol, of course, you guys know about that. It is one of the only sugar alcohols that does not play with your blood sugar. Your body digests it differently than other sugar alcohols like maltitol, which is kind of the evil sugar alcohol that we see in a lot of sugar-free chocolate things. I think we also see it in like sugar-free gummies and things like that often, which you definitely want to stay away from. Its glycemic index is terrible. I don't think it's quite as bad as sugar, but it's like right there, and it can give you, I'll just say, tummy troubles. Anyway, and so can erythritol, by the way. We only use a couple grams in this bar. We're using 5 grams, so I don't know if people that struggle with that little. Most our competitors or most people that use it tend to use like 10, 12, 15 more, and I don't know. Everyone's different. We don't really get complaints about it. Everyone seems to be fine. I can't even tell. Yeah. Water makes the texture great. We would add as much as we can if we could, but water is also the enemy of shelf life. And this bar, compared to the first bar I ever made, has a lot less water. And the texture, I mean, some of the customers that would complain would say that they preferred the old texture. It's still good. This is a little bit more of a bite to it as opposed to a softness. That's because over the years we've taken more and more water out. We keep as much as we can in there, but ultimately we can't have a lot or else the shelf stability really starts to get out of whack. And then the last 3 ingredients are coconut oil, salt, and stevia. The coconut oil, of course, bumps up our fat a little bit. We try to put, again, as much as we can in there without having melting problems. We want you guys to be able to enjoy these bars, outside, going on a hike, throwing them in your backpack, going on a bike ride, all these different things. And the more oil, the more fat that you add, it tends to have melting point issues. So we think we found a really nice happy medium where the fats, they're high. So this one's 20 grams and it doesn't melt. It'll get soft in the heat, but it doesn't melt. It's never a mess. You're never just gonna find a mess inside the wrappers. And then salt and stevia. The salt, I don't know, I think we use Morton's, like the same stuff pretty much everybody else is using. And stevia, We're using the raw stevia, so like the 100%, there's nothing mixed in there. If you get like a stevia packet at a diner to put in your coffee, it's generally mixed with like dextrose or maltodextrin, and it's only because stevia is so strong that if they only put the stevia in the packet, it would seem like it's empty. So they mix it with those other things to make it seem like a normal sugar packet and stuff comes out. It's annoying. It's also like a gram of dextrose or maltodextrin, so if I see that at a diner, I still use it. I'll still put it in my coffee. It's not the end of the world, but be sure we don't use it in these. We're just using the 100% natural stevia, not mixed with any other ingredients, so that's what we're using. It's actually so strong that when we're mixing it, generally the person that's measuring the stevia has to wear a mask, a respiration mask. It's so sweet that if you breathe it in, it's kind of all-consuming. Anyway, let's see, mint chocolate. What's the difference between this and our dark chocolate coconut almond bar? Chocolate, almonds, coconut, erythritol, cocoa, water, salt, stevia, peppermint oil. Honestly, it's not the same recipe as this other bar, just with peppermint oil, but it's not that far off. We had to adjust a few different things because we wanted this to be a stronger chocolate and mint taste together. We were kind of going for like that Andes mint type thing, like intense. And that seems to be the reaction that we're getting. I love them. People are a little more finicky about mint. People either generally really love it or hate it. I'm a lover. We get a lot of love on this, although it's also our least selling bar. The people that buy it though tend to buy a lot of them. So yeah, nothing really different than the order. You can see there's more erythritol in this compared to the cocoa. Those have swapped on the list. It's all, the ingredient list is all by weight, so you can always know, how much of everything is in there. And yeah, peppermint oil. And I just told you how strong stevia is and how we add so little of it to each bar because it's so strong. Peppermint oil is even stronger. Our whole facility smells like peppermint oil on peppermint bar production days, and that's really funny. It's nice for the sinuses, smells great, smells clean, so it's really nice. Last but not least, our chocolate peanut butter bar. What do we got? Peanut butter, chocolate, coconut, non-GMO erythritol. So we just changed our labels. The other two bars I have don't have the newest label. Our erythritol has always been non-GMO. We just didn't even really think about adding that to our label. And as we see more and more stuff, as we get more and more questions, we start clarifying more and more things. So yeah, our erythritol is non-GMO, always has been, always will be. Water, salt, stevia. So the only interesting thing that we do differently with this bar is the peanut butter. So we make the peanut butter in-house, and we actually kind of do it in a special way. I can't tell you exactly how we do it, or I'd have to kill you. But no, it's nothing totally crazy, but we do have a special process. It is made in-house, and it's something that, quite frankly, took us a long time to figure out. There were one or two tricks that we didn't know about, and we had to figure out kind of the long and hard way, but now that we got them, we're feeling really good about them. So yeah, that's all the ingredients in our bars. It's plain and simple. Do you have any questions? Did any of that not make sense? Are there some ingredients that you wish we did have? Leave all of that in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're thinking. And yeah, let's keep in touch. Thanks guys. Bye.